What's more interesting is the producers, the magicians, you might say, who understand and have a full grasp of what is to be conveyed to the audience, what messages must be imprinted in them, in their minds, and he knows the techniques on how to do this perfectly, a perfect science. So Hollywood, this amazing industry, Hollywood is called the Holy Wood. The Holy Wood, of course, is the staff of the Magi, of the Magus, the Grand Magus in the occults. He waves a wand, and everything is altered, changed. He casts a spell, and it's portrayed even in the cartoons with Mickey Mouse with his little wand. He's dressed like the wizard. Little stars, 5-pointed stars, come from the wand. And in the ancient Middle Eastern legends, all the holy men there had their staff that we find in the Old Testament, as Moses has the little contest with the Pharaoh's Magi, and they play it changing sticks into snakes and back again, which is a good trick. But the trick of conducting a spell over the audience is by using a staff, the holy wood. Some movies will show you the understanding within Hollywood, at least in the director's part. Many of the actors don't even understand it themselves, but the directors and producers certainly do. And some of the bigger ones are given information and they're advised on how to get it across to the public. It's not that they have geniuses within Hollywood, per se. It's because their job is to program us as we go into the future, always. There are books out on Hollywood's involvement with making war movies. They churned out I don't know how many war movies in World War II. And they had the full cooperation of the American military, and the use of squadrons of tanks and ships and everything to make it very, very realistic, to get the recruitment going, to fight the Nazis and then the Japanese. Tremendous part of propaganda, and it's never stopped. And even today the Pentagon admits they have funded some of the bigger movies to do with war and Jarhead and all this kind of nonsense to get the young guys in, recruits. The movie industry is there to indoctrinate you into possibilities which you swallow as possibilities, and then they actually come out in reality. This technique has been used very effectively since the BBC, in fact, first started up as a radio station for World War I, and they used plays and dramas in serial form, so that you should tune in every day to get the next part of the exciting story. And it always made sure that it was a cliffhanger at the end of the hour. And then, sure enough, everyone tuned in the next day at the right time to get the next part of the story. But in amongst the drama, they were getting propaganda to do with World War I and why the young guys should join up and how much they'd be respected by the women and they'd be heroes. And this is how the technique is used upon the young people's minds. That's why they don't use older guys in the military, except for generals and so on. Young guys think they're immortal. They want, because the tribal instinct within them, they want to be a hero. They want to stand out and save the tribe. That's what sports are portraying to. That which you see in a movie form becomes acceptable subconsciously, so that when it comes in reality, you don't react to it. You're familiarized with the idea. And in the movie, of course, it's always presented as a necessity. And in other words, all the bugs have been ironed out subconsciously in your mind for you. It's been downloaded into you, the whole idea, and why it's done. So this is Hollywood.